In COVID times, everything is blocked, but not in Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, officially is blocked, but many devotees make parikram. And one morning, I am going around Vrindavan and I see what's happened. Few people feeding street dog. So many street dog, but these people take some very big dish and so many milk, around 40 liters. This man give some milk and take rickshaw, go to maybe 50 meters, other dogs, again feeding. I'm looking, wow, man, yeah, feeding dog of Vrindavan. Because dogs of Vrindavan, it's very auspicious. Everybody in Vrindavan is auspicious. Yeah? I'm thinking, oh, I also want to make some seva. And I thinking, maybe I make khichdi seva. Next day, we cooking only 3 liters. It's very small. And we go to parikram mark and distribute. After 5 minutes, everything is finished. Everybody say, oh, it's so delicious. I thinking, okay, it's a good experience. In same day, I go to Le Bazaar, and in Le Bazaar, I am buying this press cooker. I am buying 11 liters. And I think, oh, 11 liters is so much. It's a little bit expensive for cooking, but anyway, maybe Krishna will help me. So I am surrendered to Krishna. From my last money, I am buying this press cooker, buying some rice and dal, and cooking. Okay, after 10 minutes, this is finished. And maybe around 2 months, we cooking 11 liters every day. And after I think 11 is not enough, need more. And I buying this 22 liters, and by Krishna's mercy, we continue.
राधा कुंड आश्रम में सेवा। हाँ वो तो मालूम है, यहाँ सेवा करते हैं, पर इतना नहीं होता है, इतना नहीं। You my best friend. Yeah, maybe. I told you, कितना करे? Okay जी. ना. Pandar कितने? दो ले दो प्रभु। प्रभु जी, वाटरमेलन। सी, 360 वेट है उसका। अच्छा। कितना 60 रुपए का दिया क्या? कितना पैसा? 10 रुपया, but only for you, 15.
I am born in the USSR. USSR, yeah. Yes, in a very communistic country. Yeah. I remember my first diksha in a Red Square in the Moscow, in the Lenin Museum. In my first diksha, it's a diksha, like a pioneer. Like some many Russian people, I am atheistic, I don't believe in God. But in 1989, like this, I am first time in my life, I am looking at devotee of Krishna in the street. Devotee chant Hare Krishna. But I when I look at this devotee, I think, who is this? It's completely amazing for me. But I don't understand what Hare Krishna, what means Krishna, what means Hare? Because in Russian language, Rama means window. And there's singing, window. What's happened? I don't understand what's this, what means. But I feel in my heart so blissful. My age is 11, 12. I'm looking, I feel desire in my heart. I want to go with this person.
Sister, hey sister, dapat तुम्हारे दो
Hare Krishna.
जाओ तुम्हारे तुम जमाने करो चलो
चलो अंदर चलो.
चलो ये
चलो अंदर चलो.
My name is Manjari Sundari Devidasi, and currently I'm living in Vrindavan for last 5 years. And of course, 10 years back my life was much different. And my Krishna consciousness started approximately 10 years ago when I started to ask questions intensely. Why there is so much suffering in this world? What is my destination? What happens after the death of this body? The teaching of Bhagavad Gita, of Krishna consciousness in general, gave me this faith that this true love and relationship exist and they're eternal, they're not temporary. I became vegetarian gradually, I quitted all negative habits, and I stayed away from informal relationships and felt like I'm at home. I found what I was looking for. Before I came to Vrindavan, like 30 years of my life, I was a student. I started back in Ukraine. I did a specialist degree in linguistics. And then I went to South Korea for master's degree. I did master's degree in hotel management and then PhD in linguistics again. And I was doing part-time job in modeling. I was doing commercials for Samsung, LG, for big companies. I earned money and I could travel around the world and see different places, very interesting and nice places. I was really fond of traveling. But since I'm living here, I don't feel much like going far. Like sometimes we have to go out for visa extension, but I don't feel much to discover the rest of the world, because here the whole world is kind of combined in this quite little place. I got the skill of English language, even though my native is Ukrainian and Russian. I speak English quite fluently, so what I do is now we are having this channel on YouTube, and I'm using my skills, whatever I have, knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, to do preaching. I don't know, maybe it inspires someone to come to Vrindavan to do some Seva, because Seva is a big part of our life. And because our channel is like, people watch it and they want to support us, they want to do some Seva. So we do Seva on behalf of other people who donate, and this is how we are able to do this Seva.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
The first time I look at Krishna's picture in my age is around 4. My mom buying some dhub, and in this stick is a packet, beautiful pictures of Krishna. This is devotee making this. It's a brand, it's a spiritual sky. some very, very beautiful Krishna's painting with color, not black and white, yeah? And I'm looking, my age is around 4. I remember this. I look at it and I said, who is this? Why is blue? Why is so beautiful? But of course, I have many questions, but nobody answered them. And when I'm looking at devotee, I don't understand this devotee worship to this blue boy. Yeah? But anyway, I feel this attraction. I don't have normal education. I never visit some institute or some. No, all my education is from ashram, and all my education is from Hare Krishna. Yeah, I make some video edition. I am also study from internet. Yeah, I speak English. It's very funny. I never study English, never. But because I am living in India, slowly something from somebody. Because first time when I visit Vrindavan, first time in 1996. Yeah, I don't speak English because in my school I am study Deutsch language. Right now I forgot everything from Deutsch. One time in Russia, in Moscow, I'm meeting with some Hollywood actor. This actor from Matrix movie, not from main role. In black body, we discussed something. I prepared some prasadam for this actor. And this actor said, what are you doing? What is your business? I'm not go to office and no go to work. I am living in Vrindavan. I organize some pilgrimage tour for many persons. I explain about, I make some seva. And this actor from Hollywood tell me, you must continue your seva. Because, say not seva, it's, you must make this duty. Yeah? Because I look at you and I feel you happy person. But believe me, I'm from Hollywood. And I know so many very rich person. But I know this person is not so happy. But I look at you, I understand you don't have money, but you have happiness.
Не опаздывает. Вот когда мы приедем, я там обозначу, что автобус уезжает во Вриндаван во столько-то. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda.
It's winter time in Moscow. My birthday is 14th February. Yeah, and when we little bit drinking, go like this, and we sing every song, all hit, and when everything is finished, my friend asking, how is this your Hare Krishna singing? I say, okay, be careful, okay. And I explained to my friend how need to chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. And we together, maybe around 10 drinking young men, go to in evening in Moscow in the main street and say Hare Krishna. Everybody looked at us. But I don't believe in God. I don't know Krishna is God. Yeah, but I feel so much happiness from chanting Hare Krishna, and I start preaching Hare Krishna to other person without faith to Krishna. In 1992, devotee organized some very big problem in Moscow. It's also available, see in YouTube. Gauranga Bhajan Band, Moscow, 1992. It's very big show. It's around 35,000 of people meet together and chant Hare Krishna. If somebody asking me who is Krishna, I say I don't know. But I like chant Hare Krishna because when I meet with my friend say hello, I say Hare Krishna. 35,000 people chant Hare Krishna together. I am so happy. This is my first experience to chant Hare Krishna in my life. Because devotee give me this taste in this Gauranga Bhajan Band show in Moscow, and after this I am feeling so much happy.
И она подтверждает страница, и ссылки на нее есть. И там по телевизору, там был в гостинице Таиланда, и я там спросил, куда ехать, мне сказали, ну езжай на Каосан-Род. Но Каосан-Род это такой филиал ада на земле. Наверное.
I was born in Ukraine, in Dnipro, and this is a beautiful city, very cozy, I love it. Many green places and the river Dnipro in the middle of it. And my parents are still living there. I'm very grateful to my parents that they are supportive in my life in Vrindavan, Krishna consciousness. My mother came to visit me a few times already. She helped me with my baby Indra, and yeah, she also, even though she is Christian mainly, but she accepts Krishna, she loves Kirtan. We went to Kirtan together, to Krishna Mandir, and she's really happy for me that I'm having this life, that I'm doing spiritual practice. And I feel like if she stayed with me in Vrindavan, she would also become a Vaishnavi, like she would practice Bhakti Yoga.
Ну ты пока туда-сюда, сразу.
Температура комнаты.
In 1993, first time I visit temple. I visit temple, and when I visit Hare Krishna temple in Moscow, I feel desire in my heart. I want lost everything. I want stay in temple. I want live in temple, and I want sing kirtan. When I say to my mom, from this time I am never eat meat, not drink, not smoke, and everything. I am chant Hare Krishna. It's very, very big problem in my family, with me. Because my father, my mother and my father break in relationship in my young age, around 5. So some other man living with my mom, and this person is Muslim. Yeah, in India, everybody understands what it means. In Russia, it's not some big difference. Yeah, but in India, more aggressive. And it is a Muslim. Hare Krishna, very angry. Wow. So beating me so much. I am small. Maybe my age is 16, 17. Yeah. But I am like this one. Yeah. But this is really big person. Yeah, big muscle. Beating me so much. When I go to not medical shop, in hospital. And in the hospital, look at me. They think, wow, what's happened? How many person beating you? I said, only alone. Completely in shock. Why? Because you believe in Krishna. After this case, in my 17, I collect some money. Not so much, something. Yeah, I collect, just take some backpack. Yeah, and I left home. Originally I live in Moscow. I left home, I cross all country, and I go to China border. I am distributing books, Srila Prabhupada books with devotee. in one small city. But from this small city to China border, only 80 kilometers.
ISKCON Maharaj is the Mahant of this place. He developed this place in a very
I studied in Korea, I listened to the lectures, then I had my holiday in Ukraine. I went to Ukraine and I went to some yoga classes, and my yoga friend invited me to the temple. He was a Vaishnava and he invited me for Radhashtami. Radha's mercy manifested that first time my temple visit was at Radhashtami. I saw Srila Prabhupada, the devotees, Thakurji, and was really impressed. I felt like it's something really close to me, dear to me. So I was okay with bowing down and saying Jaya when they glorified the Vaishnavas, even though I didn't know what they are saying. What names are those, like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati? For me it was unknown sounds, but very dear to the heart and very like, I want to know more.
That time only crazy. See, Krempam Nanda. Coming. Again, I like looking. 440 volt. No see Krishna.
First, I got in touch with Krishna consciousness through the lectures of one Vaishnava. This Vaishnava's name is Audarya Dhamma Prabhu. Audarya means mercy. At that time, I didn't know he's a Vaishnava, but he gave lectures on YouTube about relationships, and I started to listen to them. I listened to other lectures of him, more spiritual, more about prayer, about way of lifestyle, how to purify the life, how to make your life happier, and these are following principles like becoming vegetarian, giving up intoxications and other things. So I started to follow all these things through his recommendations, and that was my first acquaintance with the Vaishnava. He spoke about God, about prayer, about the relationships, about the Guru, about the necessity of the Guru. I heard from him, and from that time I realized I want to have a Guru. I really want someone who will lead me in this life. In South Korea it was interesting and intense, and I studied a lot, but it was something lacking inside. I was quite prosperous and successful in terms of like material terms, but I was miserable. I felt like I cannot trust people. If the goal is just to get pleasure, it's very tricky and very cheating. I felt like I have many people around, but I'm lonely. Back in Korea, I found like temple, ISKCON temple there, and other Vaishnavas that I met on my way in different countries. And here in Vrindavan, I really feel like we have something in common, and this thing is service to Krishna, and discussion of the shastras, and of course like support of each other.
Manjari now listen to lecture. I am like a good husband. I give time to my wife. I take child, go outside, and my wife listen lecture about Krishna. If we together sing kirtan, yes. If we together live in Vrindavan, yes. If we make bhajan, this is perfect life. In Vrindavan, everywhere devotee distributing food. So if you don't have money, just in the street, in many places. We will try distribute khichdi prasadam daily, nice khichdi with ghee, with tasted. Why? Because I know so many real devotees living in Vrindavan, and if we serve to this person, Krishna is very happy. So if you make one step to Krishna, Krishna make 100 steps to yourself. Vrindavan is so high, I am so happy. But how it's possible to stay together? In my life, it's by mercy of Indra Prabhu. Of course, mercy of Indra Prabhu means mercy of Srimati Radhika. And Indra Prabhu all time pushing me. And around 25 years before, Indra Prabhu telling me, you must live in Vrindavan because in future war is happening. But if you stay in Vrindavan in this time, it's better for you. This Indra Prabhu telling me this. And what's happening right now? I am from Russia, my wife from Ukraine. This country is fighting together. Right now, Russian people and Ukrainian people, it's not don't like together. No, it's fighting together. But I am Russian, my wife Ukrainian, we love together. And in Kartik months, most holy month in the year, new life is coming to my life. Is a new child, and it is girl. And for example, because it is a girl, and I think which name? And my wife, not me. My wife telling I want to give name Aindra. But I say, but Aindra it's man name. But Manjari say. Anyway, I think Aindra is best name.
And I also feel this attraction to Vrindavan through preaching of Goswamis of Vrindavan and through Aindra Prabhu's kirtans and his interviews, his lectures. And because I don't want to be born again, I'm fed up, I'm tired of this material life. I choose Vrindavan as a place to stay and to make my practice more intense. This is the life of my dream because I'm doing what I feel like to do. This is waking up early in the morning, chanting japa, reading Srimad Bhagavatam. I love reading. I read many other books like fiction, like the literature of France, America, United Kingdom, but it was all entertaining, educational a little bit, but this knowledge cannot be compared with what it is taught by Krishna in Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. And because of the lack of spiritual knowledge, there are so many disasters, people suffering, killing each other, hating each other. Of course, war is a natural thing. In many other times, in Satya Yuga, other yugas, war also happened because this is the nature of the things, and demons come to this world and they should be also. So I don't want to speak more about war, but because I'm from Ukraine, the war is happening now, and war happens, officially it happens between Russia and Ukraine, but of course it's the world affair. I'm from Ukraine and my husband is from Russia, but we live peacefully because Krishna is in our heart.
Why my previous relationship is broken? Because I want to live in Vrindavan. And my previous wife don't want to live like this same style like I'm living right now, and don't want living in Vrindavan. My ex-wife telling me very angry, you must die in your Vrindavan. You must die in your Vrindavan. Of course, I hope it's happened. I am so happy. I am dancing. But it's not so easy. I am hope. Yeah, if I'm dying in Vrindavan, meaning like you must die like a street dog in your like this very angry. For me, be like a street dog in Vrindavan is big fortune. Manjari living in South Korea. One side is education, and other side Manjari working in model business. In model business for $500-600 for only 1 hour in filming for South Korea, it's normal. My wife have money and have so much opportunity in the life, but my wife Manjari completely changed this, and say, I want living with you. and I won't live in Vrindavan. This is my wife desire. It's why I am saying this. My wife is like a brilliant, real brilliant.
So when I first came to Vrindavan, my first year, let's say in Vrindavan, I had few challenges, I would say, and they are the climate. The Indian weather is really hot in summer, and especially the area in Vrindavan, like Uttar Pradesh, is really hot during the year. So what I had is like headaches. I had so many headaches during the first few years of my staying in Vrindavan. It didn't bother me that much because, I mean, of course it was not very convenient, but this is the biggest obstacle and challenge which I faced. Taking care of the health means eating healthy, because of course Indian food is like spicy, lots of oil. I prefer more more healthy food. I love Indian food, but more healthy. I try to eat more fresh fruits, vegetables, anything to prevent anything. I just try to trust Krishna. This is my main vaccine. As I understand that Krishna consciousness and also other religions which lead to God, the basic thing is love, and love as a verb, as an action, as a service. When we do something with love to make the object of our love pleased and happy. And that's why I'm grateful that my mother is a wise and intelligent woman, and she accepts Krishna consciousness as well, being a Christian, because she can see that she can see the things, the essence of the things, like what we are doing. This is not because the name of the God is different, because she believes that God is one. And I also believe that the one who has love in the heart and tries to develop love in the heart, he will not be unfriendly with the people of other religions, will not fight in the name of religion to prove something, that someone's religion is better or worse, to please God, please devotees, even though they worship some other way. They will be friendly and they will try to serve every jiva, because every jiva is a part of Bhagavan, and this is what we believe and what I believe, that religion, even though there are many different approaches and names of the religion, names of God, God has many names, the core is one. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, He is a personality. He has many names. Krishna is one of them, which means all attractive. He gives us chance to worship Him in many different ways, in many different places. He gives many holy places also. In every religion there is a certain place, but it doesn't mean that our place is better than someone else's. But because for our heart, Radha Kunda and Shyama Kunda is the dearest. That's why it's the best for us, but not the best for you. Everyone has to consider it the best. I don't care what others consider, but the main point not to be just hostile to each other because of this kind of things.
I'm not afraid go to hell. I'm afraid missing Vrindavan. All my life, I try stay here and make some seva here. And for me, it's choice. It's very, very difficult choice. From one side, family and child, and other side, Vrindavan and instruction of Aidra Prabhu. You must live in Vrindavan. I am choosing Vrindavan again. And right now, Krishna gave me wife, and for this wife, Vrindavan, it's same important like for me. But sometimes I look at Manjari, I think not same, more.
The main thing is that we can become closer to Krishna and get a chance to serve anywhere. Anywhere are Vaishnavas, and Krishna is also is manifested in Thakurjis, in your local temple. It's not necessary to leave everything and go to Vrindavan. It's not the urge, it's just according to your heart.
My wife is a real devotee. My wife is like a brilliant. I am like a cheap frame from cheap metal. But with combination with my wife, I'm so happy. Maybe this is secret for my happiness, my family life, because Manjari served me, and I'm also served to Manjari, and together we serve to Krishna.
By the mercy of Krishna, I met my husband, and I believe that husband is given by God only. And when I visited Vrindavan, during one of my visits, I met Sundar Madhava Prabhu, and that happened 5 years ago. I came to Vrindavan. That was my third visit, and my friend called to a parikrama. So I attended his parikrama, and I was listening lecture. I was listening Krishna Katha. I was like. It came to like just it was a shot in my heart, this speech about Krishna, and I thought such a nice person, such a nice lecturer, that would be nice to have husband like him. I didn't think that, because I don't know him, like who is he, I don't know, I just saw him first time, but I thought, oh, that would be nice to have such a husband. And then it happened when I left to Korea. Somehow we contacted again and started to talk, and then we met again. And during our first year marriage, we went to, like, it was like kind of honeymoon. We went to Cambodia. It was Angkor Wat. We were visiting Vishnu's temple, and Prabhu got the idea to make a movie. But of course we couldn't make the story from the very beginning, how we met in Vrindavan, so we kind of started from Angkor Wat and made it up as we met in Vishnu temple. It's about Krishna, it's about Vrindavan, it's about relationship, everything about like life story. And Prabhu is really not only lecturer and preacher, he is also a filmmaker, a very creative personality. Yes, I'm not bored, never ever. Every day is like Krishna Funland.
In reality, not like this. This only blah blah blah. What's happened in reality? I'm asleep and I see some dream. In this dream, I'm looking like Krishna. Tell him, go to this room. This good boy, it's your husband. And what's happened? Morning time, I'm sleeping and somebody tuk 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 tuk. I'm open the door and Mataji. Oh my Prabhu, please take my obeisances. Please, take it me. I want to serve you. I want all my life. I give to your lotus feet. Please accept it, please. And I'm thinking, why? Who are you? But please. And crying. And I say, okay. So very short story, very short.
Our dreams are different.
Anyway, we meet together, we live in Vrindavan, and we try to serve Krishna. It's most important thing. Other it's not important. Hare Krishna.